The cost of IT in business can be staggering. From hardware and software expenses to services like internet and phone, you don't need to spend a fortune on IT to succeed. If your organization spends more than $500 monthly on any service, or you're considering signing a long-term contract, IT Enabled can help you manage your technology and minimize your costs. Contact us today to schedule a free consultation. IT Enabled, we're here to help.
Well, welcome to the podcast. Glad to have you on.
Glad to have you.
We've been celebrating Slaughter and Son a lot this year.
Yes.
We're excited about that. For the listeners, why don't you give a little bit of background about yourself, and then we'll talk about the business.
Well, I'm Lee Slaughter, president of Slaughter and Son. Been in business, of course, for 50 years. We're real proud of that. Business got started many years ago by my dad, John Lee Slaughter. Mm-hmm. And I've taken the reins over now and look forward to hoping to continue to serve our community.
But you were born and raised here?
Born and raised here in Lufkin, yes. Been at the paint store since it was built. I was 6 years old.
I love that.
Been there the whole time.
That's awesome.
Grew
I bet you
up
have
there.
fun memories of being a kid in there.
A lot of fond memories, yes. When I was little, I would work up there on the weekends and after school. Basically, warehouse cleaning, stocking shelves and all that. And as time went by, of course, my duties got bigger.
Sure.
And as time went by, then I got into high school, and I decided to come in with Dad full time when I graduated in 1986.
Did you know you always wanted to do that?
No. At one time, I thought about being a highway patrolman, to tell you the truth.
Oh, I can see that.
And as time went by, Dad and I, we always worked very well together. Mm-hmm. So I just decided to stay with him, and it all worked out very well for me.
That's great.
For
awesome.
us, rather, yes.
So how did your dad start the business? What got him into that?
My dad was raised in the painting business.
Okay.
My grandfather, Slaughter, and my other grandfather, Taylor, were both in the painting business.
Okay.
So I've got the painting industry on both sides.
You do?
When Dad got out of the Army in Vietnam, he went to work for Lufkin Industries.
Okay.
Working at the trailer division.
Mm-hmm.
And he would work at the trailer division during the day, and he would moonlight at night painting houses, doing redos, and doing speculative homes for home builders on the weekend. Mm-hmm. And right around 1972, he resigned from the trailer division and started painting full time out of our home. And some property became available on Pershing Street, where we are now. Mm-hmm. And he started to purchase those little pieces at a time, and decided to build a paint store and go into business full time. Mm-hmm. And that was 1974, and that's where we are now.
So how, you said Taylor is on one side, so I'm thinking Taylor Brothers, is that all connected?
We're not connected. We are kins. Those are my cousins.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Because
my mother,
I know that, but
the general public does not. My mother was a tailor.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Is a tailor, and those are my cousins out there. And Dad actually took the footprint of our business and followed what they were doing. They always had their own paint and floor covering store, and he watched what they did throughout the years, and he decided to use that same footprint.
That's great.
I just think that's really cool that the whole family has been
Yes.
involved in that
Yes.
in one way or the other.
We've my cousins and I have been in competition with each other for almost 40 years now. Like I say, I started full time in '86, and we don't let that get in our way. We let them run their store. They let me run my store, and it's always worked out very well for us.
That's great. I love that. I think
well.
that's really cool.
That's awesome. I didn't know that. So tell us about the store. What all do you offer there? What services do you offer? Products do you offer?
We are a full service paint and floor covering retail center. Our main part of our business is painting and flooring contracting. But we offer paints, we offer all types of sundries, supplies, anything you would need if you want to do your painting yourself. Mm-hmm. Or we would prefer if you would just call us and let us come do it for you.
Yeah.
And they do a great job.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you, Tara. We try to do that. But floor covering, we have a full service decorating center, flooring, carpets, blinds, what have you. At one time, in all the way through the 80s and the 90s, we were the largest wall covering center.
Really?
In about a 5 or 6 county radius.
Do you know that I remember coming as a little girl to the store to pick out wallpaper? And I remember like laying out the samples of wallpaper and helping my mom pick. But I can see that as clear as day, walking in and going over to the right side and
Correct.
seeing where all the wallpaper
At
was.
one time, we had a library of over 900 wallpaper books.
Goodness.
And now we have none.
No
Is it
wallpaper
all
anymore.
online now?
It's all online.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna say, surely you're doing, but it seems like the wallpaper's kind of
It's
back
back.
on.
It seems to be coming back a
Yeah.
little bit. It'll never come back like it was in the 90s.
Right.
Right.
You know,
That's
there's no telling
probably
how
good.
many miles of wallpaper border that we sold.
Right. I
That's
bet.
the truth.
Oh, I remember that. The trim
Border,
around the top of
trim
the.
around the
Yeah.
top.
Yeah. I
We
remember
sold
that.
miles and miles and miles.
I bet
in
that
the
was a thing, huh?
That's awesome. Yeah,
Wow.
and now we're trying to cover up the border that's in the rooms that we want to paint.
Right.
First thing, wallpaper is coming back.
It is.
but
Not so much borders.
No borders. But
Not yet. It
Well,
might
I'll
though.
go- I'll go-
Give it time.
Jinx
I
it.
go into a house that's 20 years old. It'll say a person has just purchased, and the first thing they say is get rid of the wallpaper.
Exactly.
It's
Yeah.
the first thing they want.
Yeah.
Or a commercial building that's got old vinyl wallpaper.
Right.
Yeah, we're either going to paint over it or we're going to make it disappear.
It's been a wild. So we have a client that we do home tours for interior designers, and every single one that we walk in. So these are people who are kind of on the bleeding edge of what the design world is, and we'll spend 30 minutes talking about wallpaper almost every single time these days. It's really bouncing back. Like it's coming back in a big
Unfortunately,
way.
you back in the day, you had to be a wall covering dealer
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
to get it, and now with the onset of the internet and
I'm sure
online
you
shopping,
can get it anywhere.
yeah, you can just click, and here it comes to your front door.
You know, I always see lots of little small powder bathrooms.
Yes.
That's what I see right now. It's so popular to have wallpaper back in the
It's
powder
getting wild
baths.
too. Like it's getting like out there. Like it's not just like a really simple pattern. It's getting interesting. But
Yes.
very cool. That's interesting to hear about. So we're talking about this now, but how has the business changed kind of over the years? Besides wallpaper changing.
Wallpaper went away. The biggest thing for us that we saw over the years is the onset of the big box stores,
Right.
right over here on the loop. Back in the day, we didn't have any of that.
Right.
We were basically the one-stop shop before all that came in here.
Sure.
Paints, floor coverings, blinds. We used to have ceiling fans, wall coverings, draperies, did all that. And as time goes by and the onset of online and the big box stores, we've kind of whittled away on some of those items that we used to market and sell.
Sure.
And we're sticking to what we know. What we really do is painting and floor covering, contracting.
And is there a certain type of paint that you sell there?
PPG,
Okay.
that's Pittsburgh.
So if say that there's a certain color that I want that's Benjamin Moore or whatever, can you match?
We
You can
have
color match those?
a matter of fact, we have a brand new color computer system
Okay.
that we just got in this year. And yes, we can match anybody's colors.
Good.
If you have a Benjamin Moore number,
Yep.
it's just simple. It's
Or
click,
whatever
click.
kind of,
Anything, Valspar from Lowe's, Benjamin Moore, Sherwin-Williams,
okay.
anything, just click, 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 and it tells me how to make their
Right.
color in our products.
I love watching that happen.
I know,
It's
isn't
so
that the
cool. Like
coolest?
there's colors that go into it that I wouldn't have even have thought.
Yes.
Like you're getting a shade of white and orange and black will drop in. They're like, whoa, that's wild. That's really cool.
Painting industry's changed as far as technology of the paints.
Okay.
You could paint a house for a customer 25 years ago, and a customer would be in East Texas would be good to get 6 years, 8 years out of an outside paint job. Well, with the modern paints and the modern technology, we're getting 15, 18 years out of exterior paint jobs.
Wow.
now. Yeah.
That's great.
That's good.
Yeah.
I'd love to hear about being in business for 50 years.
Mm-hmm.
That's a feat.
It's a feat.
How have you done that? What's been the keys to being able to do that?
Honesty, integrity. We try to be very competitive with our pricing.
Mm-hmm.
Keeping the customer happy, customer service. That's about all we have to offer today.
Yeah.
But that goes a long way.
It has gone a long way for us. Yeah. Customer calls, we do everything we can to service them. And when I take a job on, our dad, we make sure that we are going to do the job. We're going to do it to the best of our ability, on a timely matter, for the correct price.
Mm-hmm. Well, and I was going to say, the thing that I appreciate so much is anytime I've called, I mean, you're out here that day, if not the next day, looking at it, giving a quote, getting it done. There is no long wait time.
We strive on that.
Yeah.
Customer calls and wants something done, I'm going to get to you.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate it.
Well, if I can't do the job or get to you, I'll explain to you as to why.
Well, it's like recently we've been redoing some stuff here at the chamber, and we have those blinds that have been here probably since the building was
They have probably
done
been
in
up there.
'88.
Yeah, they're probably the original blinds, yes.
But there's 3 sets of blinds, and they don't make blinds that long anymore.
No.
They make them like half the size.
Right.
Those blinds are 18 feet long.
Wow.
You know, we used to get a blind any length you wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
All just kind of made to.
Yeah, well,
But they will flip blinds for you. So we took them down and flipped them around so that the ones that were showing
That's cool.
are the good ones, and we hid the bad one.
I love it. I love that.
worked out good.
It worked out great. I'd pass by it all the time and look and think, oh, my blinds are not creased anymore. It looks great.
That's awesome.
Turned out good. Yeah.
Well, where can people find you if they are looking at the inside, outside of their home, and they want it to be better, or they want to redo something or improve? Where do they?
We have a Facebook page you can look us up on. I do not have a website. Never have looked into that.
Interesting. Okay.
We're at 907 Pershing Street in Lufkin. 632-3212. It's been the same number for 50 years.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah,
If you're
never
looking
changed.
for the store, you can't miss it.
Can't miss it.
Go down Pershing. It's the store with the giant paint can.
Giant bacon.
I
You
designed
won't miss
that.
it.
I designed that about 23 years ago, and I said we've got to figure out a way to put a giant paint bucket above the door.
Well, it looks great.
And they really did a good job of building that.
Well, you won't miss them.
You won't miss them. We pass by it most days. We come down Pershing. I love it. Love seeing it. Well, thank you so much for your time. It was so good to meet you and
Thank y'all
hear
for
about your
Thanks for
story.
telling your story.
Yeah.
Well, thank y'all for inviting me. It's been a pleasure.
We love hearing about it. And thank you so much for listening to the podcast again this week. If you'll do us a favor and share this episode with someone who you think will find it interesting, just helps people in our community learn more about the stories that we tell every week. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next time.